Hamas returned the last 20 living hostages, many of them, as you can see, reuniting with their families in Israel as a temporary ceasefire between Israel and Hamas looks to end the 2-year war in Gaza. In return, Israel released 250 Palestinian prisoners and 1,700 people seized from Gaza during the war.
President Trump also traveled to the Middle East to speak at the Knesset, the Israeli parliament, where he called it a, quote, great and beautiful day. As part of the deal, Israel is calling for Hamas to disarm, while Hamas would like Israel to pull all of its troops from Gaza. President Trump says Gaza will now be governed by a board of peace. This temporary ceasefire is step one in a plan to bring peace to the area. However, President Trump says he hopes it turns into a lasting one.
And after so many years of unceasing war and endless danger, today the skies are calm, the guns are silent, the sirens are still, and the sun rises on a holy land that is finally at peace, a land and a region that will live, God willing, in peace for all eternity.
After speaking in Israel, the president then went to Egypt, where he spoke with the president there. Joining us now to share reaction to all of these developments today is Joel Schwitzer. He is the regional director based in Dallas for the American Jewish Committee, which is an advocacy organization for the Jewish people. Joel, welcome and thanks for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Joel, such striking images of those reunifications with family. Are you hearing at all from families in Israel or here in the States who have loved ones, have ties to those who have now been returned by Hamas? And what are they sharing with you, if so?
Well, right now, of course, people in Israel are very much taking the time and emotional bandwidth to reunite with their loved ones. But I can tell you, just a few days ago, Tal Cooperstein, the father of Bar Cooperstein, was in Dallas marking the second anniversary of his son's captivity as a hostage in Gaza. And I can only imagine the joy that Tal and Bar's mother and his family, some of whom live here in Dallas, are feeling with the news of and the reality of his return. And I think of the 19 other families that are celebrating with their loved ones for the first time in 738 days. And at the same time, I'm also thinking of the 28 who will be coming home in coffins, but that is so important for their loved ones to be able to give them a proper burial and a proper farewell. So it's a bittersweet time, but one at which I think we all recognize we are on the precipice of something possibly really really special and important for the region and the entire world.
Joel, just during these last 2 years, I want to note that your organization helped set up meetings all around the country, including here in Texas, so that some of the hostage families could share the stories of their loved ones held in Gaza. To see those living hostages return to their family members today and to watch some of the videos and the images coming out of that, what does that mean for the work that you did to shine a light on that situation?
It means everything, and you're right. We've worked here in Texas. We've done that work in Washington, D.C., around the country and around the world. Of the 20 who were released today, I can tell you that we had a visit a year and a half ago that included family members of Omri Moran, who was one of the first 7 to be released this morning, and Eitan Horn, who was taken along with his brother Yair on October 7th, 2023. And so to go from the advocacy that we did so many days ago, so many months ago, to actually seeing them return to their families. I had the pleasure of seeing Omri's brother-in-law, Moshe, who had been here in Dallas with me, doing an interview with CNN as he was getting ready to board a plane be reunited with his brother-in-law, and it can't help but move you and bring a tear of joy to your eye.
You mentioned the bittersweet dichotomy of this moment, with 28 people's bodies expected also to be returned home, and those families grieving alongside the families of these 20 who are being reunited. We will note that so far there is reporting of Hamas only so far returning 4 of those people's bodies, and this is sparking some anger, some pushback, even accusations that the militant group is violating the ceasefire agreement. What do you know about this situation, and what concerns may you have about that deal holding, given this reporting at this time?
I think we all need to take a breath. We need to make sure that we're holding Hamas accountable to the terms of the deal, not just in terms of the returning of those remains, but in terms of disarmament and making sure that that they are not allowed to rule in Gaza again, and that the United States and our regional partners are doing everything that we can to hold Hamas accountable for what they've agreed to, and to get us through this first phase of the deal into the second phase.
And Joel, you touched on it there, but just to clarify, what would you like to see happen with Gaza now, moving forward?
We have a moment in time where I can be cautiously optimistic, and I hope that that the rest of the world can join me in that cautious optimism, where we can see those steps to a Middle East where Israel is integrated fully, as we were on track to do prior to October 7th, and that the Israeli people and the Palestinian people are able to live side by side in peace and in security. And that is not going to be easy to do after the last 2 years, but we don't do these things because they're easy. We do these things because they're necessary. And God willing, we'll be able to take those steps to have that become our reality.
Will mentioned the work that your group has been doing over the last 2 years. What does the work look like now in the days and weeks to come?
Right now, we're going to focus on healing. We're going to focus on working towards those, that next phase of the deal, and doing everything we can to support the efforts to bring the remains of the last 28 home, and to usher in hopefully a new era, not just of calm, but of peace.
Well, Joel Schwitzer with the American Jewish Committee, we so appreciate you again taking time this morning to talk through this. Certainly a huge day there in the Middle East, but thank you again for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.